Hello everyone and welcome back to Manor Lords. We are continuing right away with our settlement because we have a bit of an emergency. So we just survived another winter. I mean, of course, the end of the winter is always where the food supplies are at lowest, but this time around we're actually having not really an emergency yet, but definitely reason for caution. And in this case here, 2 months of food supply are left in Sleepy Hollow. It's actually not looking so bad. Vegetables are coming in again. Now it's March, right? Eggs are still in. Honey production starts to go up again, and the berry production. Meat is low, and we still don't have any bread. So I would like to continue with that right away. And one of the things is we have now Zweier, of course, where we have the hunting camp, right? And the hunting camp is already producing more than we need. So we have the meat now over here. And I would like to continue now. We are having the pack station here, the one in Sleepy Hollow already gets the iron ore, and the pack station here could now deliver then the meat, for example. And we receive, yeah, what exactly do we receive? What could I do? In the storehouse, leather, for example, I can actually get in. The problem though is we produce the leather here, so I need to have something else. We are producing shoes though in Sleepy Hollow, so I can get the shoes over for a nice barter value, that is. And let's assign a person to that is now transporting those resources right away, getting the meat over, right? Unfortunately, we can only have one type of good for every pack station. That means we're going to need quite a few pack stations down the road if I start with more extensive trading them. Alright, meat it is. And yeah, the pack station in Sleepy Hollow, right over here, is getting then from Zweier the ore for firewood. Right, so that should also work. Then it's magic. Now, next up on the list is the problem with the food. Actually, we have roof tiles. If we can, let's level up like 1 and 2 more, right? And with that, we are then closing in on the large town status. While we are processing that, right, so there's 2 more upgrades coming in over here right away. We can now start with the food production for bread. And that is actually super important. Now we have the farmhouse, and the farmhouse is already producing for my granary. As we can see, there is 168 grain in already, which is a lot. I would actually like to build a bigger granary closer to the farmhouse, right? So over here we have the malt house, and here we also have then a granary. That is its center right across the manor house, protection incoming, or we have it right here next to the farmhouse. This makes more sense to me. So let's have this one here. We can actually just for now also go ahead and have, since with the oxen we're doing quite a bit anyway. Yeah, there's some barley here, there's definitely some grain here. Let's go ahead and make us also another field, but only up to this point here something, right? So that we still have this area now available for what we need for the next food production actually. And that is the, oops, where is it? Where it is, there it is, my windmill. It's actually a pretty big building. Let's have it right next to the field, right? Efficiency is up with that because we are having that bonus here. Works more efficiently on empty land, unobstructed by buildings or trees. Pretty much in the open here, right? Where we have then our farmland as well. And right next to this, we have then the communal oven. And this one here is producing bread then. And yeah, we can have up to 2 here, or even 3, or even 4 if I need to, whatever the cost. Let's build all of this. It's going to cost me a while again. And we're going to make an upgraded granary out of this one here then as well right away. A big one. And this one here we're getting rid of. So we have that space available again for perhaps some higher density housing or whatnot. We'll just see. Next houses are coming along. The next upgrades, that is. As it should be. Taxation takes a bit hit now. But we're still in a high population growth with that. And we have, by the way, past 200 people now living here. And every single one of them simulated, loving that as well. They're all really doing their daily jobs, right? Fantastic. Let's also check my shoes. We're still having so many shoes, it's incredible. With the beer, it's a bit different though. 4 malt we have, we're having the 22 barley still left. That new field that we just finished, let's start with the barley. Then we're having a wheat, and then we have also now flax, because with flax we can have linen, and that's a whole new industry that we haven't even touched yet. So let's also just check this out. There's the flax already here in the rotation. Do we have flax in by any chance? No, flax is not in yet, right? But that's something I'm going to work on now as well. We don't need to have it fallow, of course, right? We can also just have something else because the crop rotation already increases fertility on these fields. Meanwhile, this construction is finished. We can go ahead. I would like to have another level 3 here. And then we need only one more. Yeah, I need roof tiles again. Clay, roof tiles. 7 roof tiles it is right now. Requires refueling. And they're transporting new resources in already. Should be really fine. Very good. I mean, the mold tiles, alright. There's now the granary coming along. Very good. And we are also immediately going to upgrade that granary to a large granary. Doesn't really cost that much. And there's also the windmill. And as you can see, this is probably going to be the tallest building in town. As it should be. There it is. And let's also assign someone to that right away. Starting with this, perfect. And then we have the oven right next to it for the flour production, for the flour processing to bread. Yeah, the granary, mold house. Let's actually have 2 people in this one here right away and 2 people in this one here. I really want to push that bread production now. Also, those fields are getting plowed really quickly. Loving the details there as well. Thanks to our invention, right? Just 1 person is required to plow 1 full field that quickly. Ah, can you smell it? There it is, fresh bread. Having it in. Processing it finally, and with that we have another type of food. That's actually really important. With that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 types of food, and I haven't even touched the apples yet. That might also be something for delicious meals. And yeah, there's the flour. I think we're not going to need 2 people working in that. We'll just see, right? I think this one is producing way more flour than 1 fully staffed oven, but we'll just see how it then turns out. Alright, the granary is still on its way, taking a bit of time of course. Lots of resources are required for this. And there is also the last plank now. Construction completed of a large granary. Doesn't really look like something too different there. But at least it's having a lot of storage now. And yeah, let's also assign at least 1 person to that right away. They will then also open up the markets depending on what kind of goods they have in. And of course, primarily it's going to be bread then right away. And yeah, that's the oven here. And as we can see, bread is coming in. And with that also, finally my food supplies are going up again. Very much required. And boy, do we have a lot of grain still that we need to process. By the way, this granary here now, I might actually delete now. The resources, of course, are still there, right? There they are. Supplies, and they're getting transported over now to the other one. Might actually assign a 2nd person to this so we can speed the whole transportation up. Yeah, and since those fields are not enough yet, and I would like to continue with my expansion, we can still go ahead and also assign more farming area up here where we no longer have the forest area now working for us, right? And important for me would be flax now too. So we have a bit of flax up here and here too. And emmer, that's also a green area for it. And barley, unfortunately barley is never really anywhere, or isn't good anywhere really. This area here perhaps still a bit. So we might go for another field than here that is really focused on barley. Strangely enough, now we can just, yeah, go beside the King's Road again, no problem. And then we can go ahead with another bigger field here along this road. All the way, wait a second. Probably going to make it attached to this. It's really going to be a big field here. Into the mountain area then. That we have as well, just around the farmhouse. And here we can then say, oh yeah, flax is good for this one, right? And we're also going to say barley and fallow. And for this one here, we're going to say, yeah, all 3 crops again in different seasons. Can't wait then for the first flags to also come in. It's actually going to happen this year already. Bread is coming in higher quantities still. That's great to see. Let's actually assign a third person to the granary for now. 2 people working the windmill. Assign a third person to the bakery. Since flour is really going up steeply. Just as expecting, right? This windmill probably can support up to 3 ovens when it's fully staffed. Yeah, rooftop tiles we have plenty right now in again, 12 it is. I think that's still not enough clay really getting over there, but we'll just see. And yeah, let's upgrade the next one to level 3, and that's the last one. And with that we reach large town city status, or large town status already. Settlement status, we should say. And these tiny spots here that we have in between, I would like to also fill in some of them with more burgages. Reason for that is, yeah, density in this case I would like to increase a bit. It makes sense to me at some point now to increase the density in the city itself, right? Because that's basically how cities work. And over here we have that pack station behind the stable. Behind it we might actually be able to squeeze one in. We are. It's not looking good though. We might move this one. Oh, we could have... Nah. Yeah, we could have one here, but that would look really strange. So instead I would like to move the small stable over to this area then most likely. Right. Behind it. Or, yeah, beside the church. Because these are the empty spots that we have there that we can fill in with that as well. And with that we have this space here available that I would like to use then for another burgage plot. 2 indeed. And this is actually a monumentous occasion. There it is. Settlement level increased for Sleepy Hollow once more. And with that we have the large town settlement achieved, which is the highest level we can go in the early access right now. Right, so that's the maximum settlement level. And with this we get another development point, the last one for now. So we need to really spend these last 2 very carefully wherever we want to have them then. So I'm not going to decide this now. I think we might actually go for the orchardry and then irrigation. Dramatically lowers the amount of damage caused by droughts, or also the rye cultivation unlocks the rye crop for the field and can be processed into flour. It's more resilient and therefore can be grown in places with lower fertility. Might increase our bread production even further. Yeah, lots and lots of new construction continues. More burgage plots here. We can upgrade them right away if we want to. Also, I'm going to upgrade these here and this one here too. Workforce-wise, we are closing in on our cap again. Might need to consider more plots than again somewhere else, right? So, more expansion for the houses. I guess here we still have a bit of room that I would like to use. Not enough goods. Oh, we're actually not having that much timber left with all the upgrades. That's fine. Then we just need to wait on that. Food-wise, 56 bread in. This is really pushing us right now. And we still have plenty of flour left, right? So I think food is not going to play a role for a while. Also, my armies, we are not lacking equipment right now. We have plenty of large shields, spears, war bows, and pole arms. What's actually lacking is, yeah, recruits for a moment. So these guys here all have missing recruits. Doesn't matter though, we have 2 archers, the pole arm. I would like to get another spear militia on its way. We can still do this. And another archer unit then as well. Oh! Is this the cap? Yeah, I think we have reached the cap then of what we can hold ourselves. We'll just see. We need a lot of recruits still for a full-fledged army. Ah, this is also beautiful. The flax fields. are growing, and I also love the details here. It's not growing everywhere, right? Because obviously it's not there yet. So in this case here, in 10 days with the harvest, the yield is probably not going to be super high there. But at least for now, we're growing something, and you can see this here as well, visualized on the fields. Very nice details overall. And with that, I think we have 2 fields of flax coming in. Or is it only 1 for the moment? No, it's only 1 for the moment. There's lots of barley coming in here. Lots of barley here too. That's going to be needed. And then, yeah, the first flax harvest at least. I may also consider now upgrading two burgage pots in Waldbrand. We can do this. So let's upgrade 1. For this one we need actually some more logs. Alright, we have plenty of people there right now. Because with that we can go then finally into also the deep mining. And the same thing we can do then also for Zweier over here, where we still need to upgrade a bit more. So they need some more requirements, of course. The planks are coming in now. I've changed it again, right? The thing is though that the storehouse is full. So actually let's have our own sawmill here, saw pit. Right, because this just speeds things up in general. A bit of stone I still need to get over. We have 20 stone already, that's fine. So a bit of construction here. And actually all the meat is getting over to Sleepy Hollow right now, right? Where we always have meat in stock, whereas in Zweier there is no meat in stock, even though we have the hunting camp here working with 2 hunters, and yeah, the game not going down somehow, right? So they're really schooly pooping around a lot, these deer. And with that, might actually think about a second hunting camp already, just because we need that amount of meat, right? Let's actually do it now. Bio is still growing there, right? We have a nice approval rating. I need, yeah, a few more burgages. I hope we have the timber. There it is. Perfect. Let's go ahead with 3 more actually. And there's also our saw pit. And yeah, let's assign 1 family to that right away. 1 continues with the construction. Meanwhile, in Waldbrand, we can now upgrade the second pot. This is the one already. Yeah, let's actually reassign 1 again to construction. And with that, we have then 2 level 2s. I'm probably not going higher than this because we will definitely face some penalty again, thanks to, yeah, for example, entertainment lag and stuff like that. They're getting just more demanding. Beautiful location they have here, by the way. Those people. A very nice distance that they can see into the mountains over there. And poof, there it is. Waldbrand has leveled up. And with that, we have the deep mining now that I would like to go ahead with. And this also makes it possible now to use that clay pit over here to have some deep mining. Oh, we need regional wealth. All right, 50 coin. Not a big deal. We can build a trading post here and actually sell off the access that we're getting from Sleepy Hollow, for example. So let's have the trading post, not the storehouse, the trading post. Oh, that's too big for this area. We could also squeeze it in here. I would like to do this. And with that, only 4 logs. With that workforce we have, we can sell off the surplus and build us this upgrade. And there it is. Let's assign someone to this and let's start the trading. I do have a lot of planks. Yeah, we're importing them actually from Sleepy Hollow, so I could export them now to a minimum stock of, let's say, 50. That's still too much anyway, and we can make quite a lot of dent out of this. Perfect. So I'm just waiting now for a trader to pass by. Should be actually happening. Can I open up a trade post here? Yeah, that would cost me 2. We are generating some regional wealth now, thanks to the level 2 burgage plots, but it's definitely not enough. And by the way, there's a 100% approval rating right now in Waldbrand. These people are absolutely euphoric. Glad to see. And there it is, already selling it. Perfect. And once again, and with this we're closing in now on the 50. There it is. That was quick. And with that we can also activate now the deep mine in Waldbrand. Looking forward to this. And there's the last one. And with that we have completed a deep mine. Going in now all the way, yeah, deep into that. And with this, we have now an indefinite or infinite source of clay available that we can always export to Sleepy Hollow for the ultimate access of roof tiles. Yay! Yeah, taxation definitely is a bit too high. We are closing in on 3,000 on the treasury, so I'm probably going to lower this again. People really don't like that much taxation. We have, however, a lot of food surplus now, so I might increase my taxation of food with the tithe to 20, because influence still is pretty important to me, right? And with that, I'm getting more food out of that, or more taxes out of that. I think we've also now consumed all the grain that we've ever had in. Yeah, no more grain, right? And 113 barley, that was a nice harvest. That's a lot of ale coming in, so I might actually consider staffing someone else to my malt house. There it is, right? We have plenty of workforce in Sleepy Hollow. There it is, also wheat, barley, and the fields are already ready for the next harvest. I would like to wait for one more harvest on the flax, right? Since there was not a lot of flax coming in. And then we can actually start with our whole linen production. And of course, also I would like to start with the castle. Before we do that, we have the timber. I would like to continue, since we are closing in once again on the cap, to have some more burgages, just to increase the size of Sleepy Hollow there significantly, right? So we have this whole area that I can actually go crazy with for some more density blocks. Whole new expansion, and of course some cosmetics like another shrine right here where the road is splitting apart. And where could we expand further? There's also lots of space still here, just beside the manor. This makes also sense to me to have some more plots than here as well. And let's lower the density once, right? Actually, no, let's have them only up to this point here, because I would like to have them facing the manor house, not looking away from it, right? Makes more sense to me. And then we can actually still squeeze in two with a bigger garden than in the background. This makes more sense to me. And then we can actually have another road here, or we're closing in another manor plot, another burgage plot next to this one. And I would also like to keep expanding a bit further in this area behind the manor house. We have the hunting camp and the tannery right now. Both of them I can easily move further outside. So the hunting camp and the tannery, I would like to... Oh, you cannot move the tannery. That's interesting. So we're going to delete it altogether. And I would like to have that new industry then popping up somewhere here beside my hunting camp, and also on its way to the storehouse. And this actually makes more room here than available again that we have. Let's remove this road, right, just beside those guys there. There you go. And then we can have a whole bunch of new burgages then here as well, behind the manor house, like this, for example. So plenty of room for city development, right? Sleepy Hollow continues to grow. A castle and the whole weaver industry we're going to do next. Enjoy, stay tuned.